That's great. That is absolutely great and foreboding as fuck. Let's see. We have 19, 20, 21, 22. We have 4 more chapters with 4 hours left to go. Well, no time like the present. This is just a pure story chapter. After that, we have one other pure story chapter in 22, and then we have a 6. Yeah, we have a 6 arrow one, and we have a 7 arrow one. So that'll be that. So you're back, Stardust. And let's begin the briefing. First, the soldiers report. Currently, there are 306 citizens left in Uruk. Of those, 212 are soldiers, the rest are civilians. Initially, the citizens refused to evacuate, but after the king spoke to them, they agreed to evacuate to the northern wall. Of the citizens who has already escaped to the northern wall, there are 157 survivors. After this morning's Lamu attack, there are now 38 surviving soldiers. Altogether, there are 500 humans left alive in Sumer. 500? Wow. The report must be mistaken, right? No, it's correct. Between the 2 Lamu attacks and the sea encroachment, the first dynasty of Uruk has fallen. Even if we make it through this predicament, the kingdom cannot be maintained. It will only go into decline. Do not despair. Even if we perish, as long as Sumerian culture survives, there will be others who follow in its footsteps. As for the Lamu, they have split into 2 groups. One group stops on spot and turns into the sphere as the sun sets. The other flies back to Tiamat and guards her surroundings. So Ramani Archman, had almost half a day. I presume you are finished with your analysis of Tiamat. Of course. Tiamat's specs and abilities are exactly as you stated in the report I submitted to you. Stardust, you should also take a look at it later. The material data on the terminal over there has been updated. Let's see. This is good work. Curse it! Are you on Tiamat's side or something? There's nothing in here about her weaknesses. Believe me, I wanted to write at least one possible method of attack. The report is accurate. Romansky analysis. She's just perfect. No physical or mythical shortcomings. We're no match for her. And you say that with tears in your eyes. I suppose it can't be too hard on you. Good work. You can return to your post. We can't lose control of our emotions here. Well, Jaguar Warrior, what's your take on Tiamat? She was huge, gigantic, and positively awesome. Nonsense. I'm not asking for your idiotic human impression of her. Use your animal instincts to tell me something useful. Oh, not that. At her speed, she'll reach the coast in at least half a day. Guessing it'll take her about a day to get from there to Uruk. That is fast. All we can do is intercept her. I guess why? Yeah. I mean, even before, they couldn't kill her before. Because this city and Gilgamesh are the symbols of Sumerian civilization. Tiamat sees things differently than you or I. Her, humans, and the land are all a single life form. Tiamat is after Uruk, and the hearts of this land driven by her primordial instincts. That's why she was ignoring my temple. Even if Mount Abe disappears, civilization will carry on. But if Uruk and this golden dummy are annihilated here, Mesopotamian civilization itself will vanish. Right. If you wish to protect human history, you have to stop Tiamat at all costs. But attacks worked on Tiamat. I tried to create an opportunity, but I didn't think she would be quite so enormous. You can neither stop her nor drive her back. I guess Tiamat invincible anyway. Oh, on that point, I do have a theory. Tiamat, actually, I believe all of the beasts have individual differences. Of all of them, Tiamat's inborn nature is to never experience death. No matter what she does, death will never find her. Stardust, destroying Tiamat's brain out at sea more or less proved the theory. But she regenerated after she died. Isn't that just resurrection? No, it's different. It's more retrogression than regeneration. I know this sounds absurd, but stay with me. Tiamat is the mother of all life in existence. The very fact that we're alive proves her existence. That's why there's no way to destroy her. Paradoxical, but as long as life continues to exist on land, Tiamat Beast 2 will never die. Is the beginning, the end. And the only way She could be affected by the normal law of physics and be harmed as the last thing on world to die. Definitely can't beat her. I mean, there's no point. To defeat Tiamat, first the human race would need to... All life on Earth would have to die out. That's right. I had no choice but to report that she was invincible. And what about the opposite? Exactly. Razin of you to think as I do. Reshkoggle! Reshkoggle! Reshkoggle, are you there? How's it going? I've been busy taking care of Soul since yesterday. I wouldn't even take a dead man's help at this point. First of all, I didn't lend you my mirror of curse so you and I could chat. It was just an apology for everything I've done. Hello. Oh, it's... Give me a moment. Reshkoggle, goddess of the underworld, is here in all of her splendor. Do you have a business with me, King of Uruk? Reshkoggle, you're being so formal all of a sudden. Ah, you're much prettier than the celestial goddess. Looks like some soul searching in the underworld has made you even more ladylike. Why are you looking at me, Goldie? Stop smiling at her, Stardust. You're embarrassing me 2 times over. Fact of the matter is, I called you here to ask me a favor. Currently, Tiamat is heading for Uruk. She will arrive in 2 days. If we don't defeat her, Mesopotamia will fall. However, Tiamat will not die as long as there's life on Earth. Therefore, Mistress of the Underworld, I want you to attend to Tiamat. If death cannot touch her in a world full of life, then send her down to the world devoid of life. In the Underworld, wouldn't she be able to be the last living then? Yeah, that's theoretic. That's pretty true. Summon Mother to my Underworld. Wait, did you say send? You seriously said send her down? Of course! Reshkoggle, goddess of Kur, in the name of the king, I command you. Open the gate of the Underworld across all of Uruk and bind the beast of disaster that calls itself Tiamat down into the bowels of the earth. That is your role after wreaking havoc with 3 goddess alliance. Consider that to be your atonement. It's impossible is impossible. And that's impossible. Are you telling me to bring the Underworld directly beneath Uruk? Yeah, that's the plan. How do you expect me to do something so ridiculous? I guess I have no choice. Hey, thanks. Well, yes. After all, if I don't, Mesopotamia will be wiped out, right? I've been listening all this time. Ever since you returned to the surface. All the time, actually. So I know what King Gilgamesh is talking about. To be honest, I was even a little impressed. I knew it. I knew the Underworld was the way to go, Ishtar. You should do some soul searching so you can be less useless. But being convinced and doing it are 2 different things, Gilgamesh. You really think covering your entirety of Uruk with a hole of death is a simple task even for me? Just doing it in my jurisdiction of Kutha City was a major undertaking. Big of Uruk is, it'll probably take me at least 10 years. What? 10 years? We don't have that kind of time. Well, actually, I hate Uruk. I might have been plotting something the whole time. So, give me it 3 days and it'll be ready. You and Ishtar are 2 of kind. Nice one. I'm gonna avoid. Look at that face. You think so? Then it was worth cursing every night. Brilliant, Reshkoggle. But you and I need to chat a little more later. We can manage to drop Tiamat into the Underworld, then defeating her may not be impossible. But what are we going to do about the time issue? Tiamat will arrive here in Uruk in 2 days. Reshkoggle needs 3 days to prepare the gate to the Underworld. If we defeat Tiamat after Uruk falls, we won't be able to repair the collapse of foundation of humanity. So that's where we begin with that smile. That damned smile. You people have to deal with that. My hands are full preparing the gate. 2 days, or even 1 day. We need to hold Tiamat off for at least that long. How? The axe of Marduk is broken. You're not. I already see a strategy for victory. Here is a chance for Ishtar to actually be useful. By me. Oh, I see. With Ishtar, certainly. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it'll be a cinch with Ishtar. Yeah. So that's how we'll do it. You're amazing, Ishtar. Yes, it's just like Merlin said. Yeah, that's our Ishtar. I'll totally. It's not that Ishtar herself is all that. Spoiled rotten. Oh, unspoiled or rotten. I'm sure much more amazing than that because I can set up an underworld gate. Just playing dumb. What a nice way of showing us the. Oh no. Oh no. We don't have an ace up the sleeve. Yes, Gugalana, the bull of heaven who serves Ishtar. It's said to be as big of a mountain and Sumer's greatest holy beast. I bet Gugalana could stop Tiamat in her tracks. Ah, yes, of course, that's right, with my Gugalana, yes, it's... Gugalana, yes. You know, the holy beast. Yes. The one that I certainly have. Yes. I heard about that from the people of Ur, yeah? They all say Ishtar's servants, Gugalana, is a holy beast to be feared. They praised you too, Ishtar. Yes. Thanks for inadvertently fucking us over, strange fake Ishtar. I don't get that reference. A holy beast that none other than the gods could tame. But I hear that you managed to bring it to heel first by being strict, then by being more strict. Yeah, that's right. Gugalana is like my vehicle. But everyone, I think you're making too big of a deal out of it. Gugalana isn't really that great. Wouldn't be any use against Tiamat. Ishtar. What's the matter? Don't look well. Normally, we'd all have to listen to your irritating high-pitched laughter while you brag about how great he is, even though he's not yours originally. No. Don't tell me. I don't have Gugalana. What did you just say? I don't have it. I lost it. I lost it somewhere. I think I was in the north, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I haven't searched all through Babylon, but I can't find it. Hide nor hair of Gugalana. You stupid, useless, bratty goddess! Why did we even bother recruiting you? Well. Hold on, I'm taking a screenshot of this. And basically, strange fake Ishtar summoned Gugalana for the timeline of F going. What the fuck? Well, this is just perfect. And right when we were one step away from having a workable plan, now we're up against a wall. All of us at Chaldea want to agree on a strategy of luring Tiamat to a rook and then sending her to the underworld. There's just isn't enough time. You could go up against Tiamat and just accept that you die or get swallowed up by the mud. Then we'd just be even worse off. Made to stand holding a clay tablet that reads "Where's Goddess?" Fine, adjourned. War Council is taking a break. Whining will do us no good. You have no plan, but hastiness is also the height of folly. Stardust is exhausted. Let us rest our weary bones here. Yeah, she's summoned into a homunculus, and while that still does like a little bit to suppress her personality, at the same time, it's still much more directly Ishtar than all the meddling that Rin has. Because even I think they said it was like a 7-30 split. That's still 30% of Rin that's helping out Ishtar not be Ishtar. There isn't much time until dawn. This will be our last chance to relax in a rook. Everyone, replenish your energy. Don't stop thinking. We're not going to sleep and just give up. We're not going to sleep and just give up. We're going to get through tonight so we can survive tomorrow. I love Caskill. I love him. I need to summon him. I need to. Oh no. What the fuck? Why do we have a servant profile? Oh shit. Huh. I wonder how people felt when the data mine was like this. Because originally Tiamat was... Oh, hey, Aoyuki. How's it going? Has literally no personality to interfere with. Well, I mean, it's... But the fact that it's a homunculus itself kind of dampens it, I think. Or at least that's what Prilia said. Luck EX, Endurance EX, Mana A++, Noble Phantasm doesn't have one. Ability C, strength A+. Okay, at the very least, there are some faster servants. One of the gods who created the world in Mesopotamian myth. The gods were born from Abzu and Tiamat. Afterwards, the god rebelled against their father, Abzu, and gained control of the world. When this happened, Tiamat kindly watched over her children. This was proof of her love for her children, exceeded her love for their father. However, the gods eventually turned their blades on even Tiamat. She mourned and went mad, and created the monstrous 11 offspring of Tiamat to battle the gods. At the end of the battle, Tiamat and her 11 offspring lost. God split her corpse in two, to make the heaven and earth. This is said to be the ritual that created the human world. 7,400,000 kilometers to what the fuck? Oh god, that's a lot. 160 centimeters. That's pretty short. That's how tall is that? I'm actually curious. 160. That's really short. Centimeters to. That's 5'2". Right. Black mud's dimensions should be included in Tiamat's own, but since the mud is of the void element, it cannot be weighed. At the same time, its internal capacity, kilometers squared, maybe. Not be weighed. At the same time, its eternal capacity is infinite, and it's essentially a four-dimensional pocket space. A womb abandoned after unlocking after clearing star at the beginning, we look up at the sky. A womb abandoned after the creation of the world. Primordial sea that was used as the fertile soil which created life. When Earth's environment settled down and the ecosystems were established, she was banished to the world of the void space. World on the other side of a world with a void that without life. The world within a world within a world within a world that has a void. Since she created life at random, now that ecosystems exist, she is no longer needed. Life on this planet began to process of gaining sentience, she could only hinder things. Ever since her banishment, Tiamat waited in the world of the void for a chance to return to Earth. Class skills. Authority of Beast A, also called Anti-Humanity skill. Gains a special attack bonus against anything born from a womb, be it heroic or divine spirit. This skill is given not only to Beast 2, but all the monsters she creates as well. Self-manifestation B. Skill that allows one to manifest in the world without outside help. Once she manifests, she spends 7 days taking over the Indian Ocean. Continues making monsters from the moment her manifestation to devour humanity. At the same time, Beast 2 herself is the sea, so she cannot come on land. Exterminating humanity is the job of her children, the monsters. Also, since the skill indicates that she exists across all of space-time, and cancel out any attacks that use time travel or time paradoxes, as well as any instant death attacks. Self-modification EX. She can use the Chaos Tide to modify her own spirit origin. She can switch from her normal spirit origin, Femme Fatale, to a massive dragon over 60 meters tall. Her dragon form, Tiamat, nullifies any attack below A++ rank. Primordial Sea EX. Beast 2 is the sea that brings forth life itself. Since it circulates with true ether from the time of the planet's creation, infinite supply of magical energy is available within it. Anyone who is trapped within the black mud sinks into the sea, randomly given skills such as self-modification, bio-alteration, biofusion, replication. When they return from the sea to the land, they are forced to receive a Gias from Beast 2 at the cellular level. DNA contract, Amino Gia, and automatically become an enemy of humanity. Negagenesis A. The same type of skill that Beast 6's Nega Messiah. Nega Messiah? What the fuck? A conceptual barrier that overturns everything modern science thinks it knows about the theory of evolution and the creation of Earth. When Beast 2 is protected by this skill, she gains a powerful resistance to any noble phantasm wielded by servants from humanity's proper history. So Jalter would be really good against her. Well, realistically, any of the altars, huh? Jalter specifically. Monster Strength A++. Her ability as a monster. Increase her strength close to the highest rank. With the black mud and dragon body she uses in this manifestation, Tiamat has the strength of a giant. Where's there? Wow, there is a lot here. Tiamat returned to the world after the collapse of the foundation of humanity. With the power of the Grail, with the power of the Grail. However, she was in a deep sleep. This was due to Merlin's spell, but even so, Chaldea's attack awakened her and caused her to instinctively attempt to wipe out humanity. Part of this was due to her rage, hatred, and sorrow at being abandoned once she was no longer useful. But it was also an attempt to feel the joy that would come if she were to recreate Earth's ecosystems and once again become the mother of all things. This nature was what decided her class. Her true name is not the goddess of creation. She is a great disaster. The most rejected being in all of humanity, human history, something that humanity long ago left behind. Her name is Beast 2, one of the 7 evils of humanity, and a beast which possesses the law of recurrence. It's impossible to confirm any sign of personality within her. Perhaps she lost her ideals, or perhaps she never had any reason to begin with. It could be either her sole reason for existence is to bear and raise children, and then love them. But when this was taken from her, she began a war against humanity that decided she was no longer needed. Her internal systems run off a very primitive principle. If she does not exterminate humanity, she will be killed. Motive/behavior towards Master, 1 of 7.2 billion. A target for annihilation. To humanity, Beast 2 is a terrible invader, but at the same time, Beast 2, humanity is a terrifying invader. Oh. Woo, that was a lot of reading. Passive day. Oh, is that us going to sleep for the night? I'm guessing it is. Hey, I dropped in to say hi, Stardust. So this is the famous Chaldean embassy. This, this happy music really feels out of place now. Imagining someplace more like a palace, but I like it. Seems homey. By the way, when's dinner? I'm expecting something like a warm Chaldean family meal. Hungry, Jaguar. I'll happily make you something. Rocks topped with salt. That's just rock salt, damn it. Gotta cook my own meat then. What brings you here, Quetzalcoatl? What else? It was your scent, of course, right. Well, to tell you the truth, I had nowhere else to go. Everyone is dead. And to the surviving Uruks, Jaguar and I were enemy goddesses, no? Is there any food left? I'm sure there's some. I mean, I don't think we were, like, hurting for food or anything. It was just, everyone died. I want to make them uneasy on their last night, so let me stay here, okay? Oh, you mean the cylinder seal I showed you at Eridu? Yeah, I knew about Tiamat. That Gorgon had synchronized with her consciousness, had convinced herself she was Tiamat's second coming. I was a bad goddess, so I can't really tell you or Gorgon the truth. I wanted to be Gorgon's friend, though. That cylinder was the most I could tell you. My way of saying, be careful. More to come. Nega Messiah is basically the power of Antichrist, since Beast 6 is the Beast of Revelation, right? Well, yeah. For that one time I was on Gorgon's side, not humanity's. I wanted you, no, all of humanity, to truly hate her. I wanted you all to go against her with everything you had. If you'd known Gorgon was a fake, and the true threat lay behind her, you would have pitied her, taken her lightly. I didn't want that to happen. Why I couldn't come out and tell you. Well, you found me out anyway, huh? Pathetic, huh? No. Oh. Never mind. Can't get all mushy. Food's ready. Lamb with rocks. Lamb with rock salt cooked Jaguar style. Oh, what are we talking about? Let me join in. We're figuring out how to run away tomorrow? Yeah. Saying that if we sacrificed a goddess, we might be able to stop Tiamat. Here. Have my meat. We can get you nice and puffed if you're hungry. Seriously, it's been 6 centuries since Cuckoo's been nice to me. Wait, didn't I get killed around then? Oh, whatever. I'm sure it's fine. My life can save you, that's fine with me. Is this what Stockholm Syndrome looks like? Oh, wait, Cuckoo and I are rivals. Our lives are of equal worth. If I die and Cuckoo survives, that's okay. If Cuckoo dies and I survive, that's perfectly fine. A relationship. Can't be together. We keep things balanced that way. The good God is strong, people turn good. Evil God is strong, they turn evil. Never both be successful. But it's rare for us to be in a situation like this. It's strange that Jaguar and I both want the same thing. It's never happened in the myths. No, it's not the same. I only thought of defeating Cuckoo. Cuckoo's different. This time around, everything she's been doing is to save humans. Yeah, I don't think we ever got that motivation. That's not the truth. Yeah. She could stop the other goddesses. I mean, those goddesses weren't the sort to stop after just a firm talking to. The plan was to get a Rook's Grail first, so she could stop them from exterminating all humanity. Seems like the beasts have similar skills, since Beast 3 has Nega Saver. Gotcha. I wasn't able to be a good sister. But I did do my best. If I get another chance, I'll try to get along with Gorgon better. And that's why they're on the banner together. I mean, otherwise, there's other reasons too, probably. On the walls. You resting? Yeah, I was enjoying the night breeze while I watched what's become of a Rook. How about you, Mash? Aren't you with Stardust? Stardust is at the embassy. He wants to clean his room one last time. What? Silly. It's all like him. By this time tomorrow, either a Rook will be gone, or you'll have beaten Tiamat and be heading back to your own era. That's... Can't say for sure. But I don't think Senpai is thinking about a Rook being destroyed. I think he's sad about leaving either. Probably just a natural gesture to show gratitude. He stayed in this town longer than any other before. It's not about getting attached. It's something normal for a human to do. Must have gone through a whole lot of goodbyes. See them as something to mourn. Goodbyes are always going to come. You can't get through life if they make you sad all the time. So you send them off with as much appreciation as you can. Rejoice in the fact that you met, that you live to say goodbye. Your order's a good journey. Finally understand why Gilgamesh is so nice to you. But, what was King... That was King Gilgamesh being nice? He was hella nice! What do you mean? He was so nice all the time, like, actually unironically. He was a bit abrasive, yeah, but that's because he's a king. He was super nice all the time. I mean, right now he's acting weirdly like a wise king. He was never the kind of person who would make a plan that relies on other people. The brutal person at his core. Kill without a second thought, without the slightest regard for someone's circumstances or feelings. This time he's been playing the good-natured king, but when it's time to fight an opponent like Mother, because he turns into a proper hero. It reminds me of when he was having fun with Enkidu. He was, well, you know, pretty cool back then. It's like in your legends. See, but I think this King Gilgamesh is a man you can count on. Got nothing left to lose now. Guess it's true that when the chips are down, people show who they really are. And you and Stardust are like that too. No, you're a little different. I mean, you're scared of fighting, right? You're still not used to killing people trying to kill you. It's been a while, but I don't let it bother me anymore. I once spoke with a certain servant in a place like this who told me something. Leonidas, oh, there's nothing to be ashamed of in a fearing battle. About taking lives. Of course it's scary. Just as some people are more suited to weapons, or to certain weapons, there are those who are more my tongue got all twisted there. There are those who are more suited to certain approaches to fighting. Mash, you are not the type who can swallow fear during a fight, or get used to it. That fear will follow you your entire life. I know, but I want to conquer that fear. At this rate, I'll never be useful to Master. Excuse me. I got a little overheated. Tomorrow's the day we save Nippur. My fighting spirit is already soaring. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You're not the type who can forget fear. You're the type who uses her courage to hold back that fear. That's the type of warrior who I trust and respect. Hold back fear with courage. Are you that way too, Leonidas? Fortunately, I fear only the dead. I'm a king, after all. I've been trained since a very young age to not feel fear in battle. It's none of my business. No, it's fine. True, I don't feel fear in battle. I always feared going into battle, leaving my country behind, even to protect it. When I thought of the lives I was leaving behind, I gripped my spear so tightly I could crush it. The worst of all was at Thermopylae. The Persian enemy had 100,000 soldiers, and we only had 300 Spartans. We were just a tiny part of a 7,000 strong Greek alliance. If we fought, we would be destroyed, but we were told if we surrendered and allowed the Persians to pass, they would spare Sparta. Sparta was just a waypoint on their journey. Their true target was the Athens, you see. Or was Athens. But if we failed to stop them, Athens was doomed. It could only be for a single day, or perhaps a few more, but our tiny resistance could perhaps save the great kingdom of Athens. To choose faith or to choose life. I didn't know which was right. I felt fear greater than ever before. To leave my wife and child for certain death. I was beyond fearing my own death, but I was not used to fearing for my family's future. I went away to war anyway. And somehow you held back the 100,000 Persian soldiers for several days with only a few hundred. Died. Was that because you went into battle afraid? No. Only went to battle when I conquered my fear. I was given a divine message, Mash. In my uncertainty, I prayed for guidance from the gods, and I received it. You go to war, you will never return to Sparta, I was told. That rid me of my uncertainty. I knew I would be able to fight like before, without hesitation or fear. Why? Even though you were told you would not come back? I wasn't told that it would be meaningless to fight, and that meant that even if we lost, Sparta would not fall. We would not return from the battle, but those deaths would have meaning. I realized that even if we never came back, the battle was going to protect those who would come later. And then I finally realized. It gave me the strength not to swallow my fear, but to replace it with hope. I bragged about this to my comrades. Bet you didn't know that, did you? I said. Everybody but you has been doing this the whole time. You're impressing no one. All 300 of us started laughing. I really was a bit of a dolt. Till that last battle, I never realized the source of my comrades' strength. No, the very last moment, I was finally able to realize. If I caused a miracle at the Hot Gates, it was thanks to that. Listen to me, Mash Kraylite. The reason you fear battle is because you know many things you care about. The more of those things there are, the more you overcome that fear, the stronger your heart becomes. That will become the greatest weapon. As long as your heart does not break with fear, nothing will ever stain your shield. You'll never be defeated. I'm an amazing servant. Like the voice of reason. A wonderful man. No, all heroic spirits are great people. I'm lucky to have been able to learn so much from all those wonderful people. Let's see. Well, that's why your name is Chaldea, huh? How Chaldea's name? Chaldea isn't the name of a country. It's an observatory, right? This body knew about it. You're observing the planet, just like the light of the stars in the night sky. There you can see the life of another person who shined in the distant past, separated by thousands of years. The story of the stars in the sky and its land. Weaving those together is what Chaldea does. I'm sure that wish is why I felt that I could work with you. You reached out your hand not to use us, to know us. If the youngest generation who lives in the now comes asking for help, no elder could refuse. Story of the stars, true meaning of the name Chaldea. Well, I don't know how deep its creator was thinking. By the way, Mash, is there anyone that Stardust has special feelings? What the fuck? That's very sudden. That's a very sudden, abrupt turn. Special feelings for her? I don't really know why. Not really sure yet, but Argyle seems to really like him. You could call it imprinting. He was the first human who treated her normally. I was just curious. Basically sisters, you know. I don't know. I don't know what Senpai did before coming to Chaldea. But since coming to Chaldea, every day has been so busy, so, in other words, Stardust has nobody. Okay, this is getting fun. It'll be a three-way Between who, and who? Gotta have fun somewhere. I guess we're by ourselves then? Oh no, we're with Mash. Going to the ziggurat too, senpai? Gotta go talk to Gale. Kinda like a daily ritual after all. Let's go together. With pleasure. Stay with you to the end. Oh, that smile's really nice. We don't see that too often. What the? The map of the underworld doesn't match what Reshkagel said. Priests have some documents on the underworld. Go get them now. No, the Dinger can stay where they are. Keep them on the wall in all directions. The Dinger on the south and east gate can intercept Tiamat. Deploy the remaining soldiers there. Leave us for a moment. Caldea and messengers are here. This is a good time for a break anyway. Sleep for 3 hours or so. I'll handle the rest. You're looking a little better. That means I can work you even harder tomorrow. Well, what is it tonight? Come for one final goodbye, have you? It won't be the last. Listen to you. You've got me there. In Gilgamesh, you got quiet. Is something wrong? Nothing. I was just thinking, you haven't changed at all. You look so frail for someone who spent a month in a rook. The way you look, even after you go back to Caldea, no one will believe the stories you tell them. That's a little foreshadowing. Tricking the goddess on Mount Abba, grand battle in the jungle, descent into the underworld, defeating Gorgon, and encountering Tiamat. They're all amazing stories to tell over drinks. It's truly a shame. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll think of something for you to tell them about Uruk. So what is it? You didn't come here to just say goodbye, did you? Idiots. Seems you mongrels feel responsible somehow. Uruk fell. Many people died. It's all my fault for releasing Tiamat. Is that it? Fools. No one's interested in your repentance. And your misunderstanding is embarrassing. Ash, you told me that only 500 people survived from Sumer, didn't you? That's wrong. It wasn't only 500. It was the great number of 500. After all, this present is different from the one I saw. In my vision, I was the only one left in Uruk. But what now? True that the end can't be changed. Uruk's destruction cannot be averted. 500 survived, even if they die tomorrow. Here. At this final moment, this is how many humans remain. Consider that a great achievement. I acknowledge the worth of those who still struggle against fated death. They have passed through the terminus of this era. Gilgamesh, you knew, didn't you? That the end was coming, that Uruk would be destroyed. Yet you fought anyway? That's right. The Mage King sent the Grail to this era and pulled Tiamat from the world of the void. At that point, I foresaw the future and told my people, Uruk will be destroyed in 6 months. This doom cannot be averted. There's no need to say what came after that. You saw it all of it with your own eyes. Fought anyway. They still fought. They tried their hardest to survive till the last day. That's right. I like that smile, Mash Kraylite. If you were to take pity on them, I would have ended your life here. Right. That was inappropriate. There's no need to be sorry. Ugh, how humble can you get? Stardust, I thought there was no need to defeat the goddesses. Even if we did, Tiamat would still appear. I was certain that the 3 goddesses would destroy themselves. But you saved the people of Uruk, had compassion for this land, chose to fight the goddesses. And this was the result. You saved the lives of 500 people who were fated to die. You should be proud of that. Not a useless thing. Romani seems to be asleep. In that case, here's some unsolicited advice. This is about humanity and the singularities. You've traveled through 6 singularities so far. You must have fought many battles in the singularities. But when the Grail is recovered and the foundation of humanity is restored, all the damage from that singularity is erased. Is that what you were told? Oh no, we're not going to get good news, are we? Yes, once the incineration of humanity has been stopped, everything that occurred in a singularity is repaired. Nobody remembers anything that we did. That's a lie. Not true. The lives lost will not be restored. What happened, never be undone. But That's not what we were told. Singularities are anomalies in history. That damage we're reflecting in human history, the whole course of history would have to change. It's not it. Not it at all. Just made to match. For example, let's say a dragon kills someone, and then you make the singularity disappear. The incineration of humanity is prevented. Even then, that person is still dead. Instead of being killed by a dragon, history will remember them as having been killed by some beast. A rook is the same. Even if you defeat Tiamat and remove the singularity, the first dynasty of a rook will fall. All that changes is the explanation, whether it was a god's hand or it was simply deteriorated. And there's a lot. There's a lot. What the fuck goes on in Camelot then, since it's just like a really big amalgamation of a lot of things? That's right. It doesn't result in it didn't happen. I told you to be prepared, or to be proud, right? You've truly saved many lives. Do not be deluded by the notion that everything will go back to normal. You stubbornly, somewhat awkwardly save the lives in front of you. And the result is what you see now in a rook, or what you see now in a rook. I can explain. Once the story stops. Okay. All your choices had a meaning. In nature, there's no glory without sacrifices. Loss and gain are always balanced. Much is lost and much is gained. Even without the Mage King causing chaos with the Grail, something just as bad would happen eventually. People of that era will weigh the scales of good and evil themselves, and their value will be judged by future generations. That's how human history is made. Neither you nor I can say what will come of your battles, what you protected, what you left behind. Only those who come after you will know. But for now, follow the path you choose. Yes. Take your words to heart, King Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know I destroyed my own country once too. Yeah, when I was spending all my time looking for immortality, I wandered so long and came back empty-handed to a desolate country. Citizens were so sick of their absent king that they all went to other city-states. Only Siduri was left. Even Siduri just said, I wasn't going to leave until I got a chance to complain to you. I realized that I was unworthy of a true king, and decided to rebuild a rook, since I was in search of a new goal anyway. And so I came up with the idea of a fortress city, and made a rook what it is today. At once it feels like an age and a blink of an eye. It's like a single remnant of a dream. But I haven't reported or anything. I haven't repented or anything. Who I am will never change. A king doesn't live for his people. People live for their king. Then what does a king live for? What else? He lives for the things he finds joy in. If anything, I ruled over a rook for my own entertainment. And one of the things that entertained me was your struggles. I haven't seen results yet, but you've done well enough. Tomorrow is the last day. Get some rest. I'm looking forward to the last fight, you know. I need to pull him. I need to pull... Oh. Hi, Kingu. This is Celestial Hill. This is so stupid. Why did I come here before the end? It's a place this body remembers well. A place where they made their first friend. Made a vow. Meaningless. This place is meaningless, and so am I. Lost everything. Just shut down. My creator abandoned me. I've never had a place to return to. It's a fake after all. What are you doing? Why don't you stand, fool? Can't believe this. Just how busy can it get tonight? I thought I could finally rest, but now I stumble on you. I'll forgive you for dripping blood everywhere, for falling to your knees, but it won't allow you to put your corpse on display there. Get up and be gone. If you go, I'll ignore your crimes. What's wrong? Can't you stand? Weren't you supposed to be the god's greatest creation? I don't know what happened. You got a huge hole in your chest. Talk about letting your guard down. What gives you the right to look down on me? I won't let you. Damn it. Can't let you see me like this. Come to think of it, Thing's still been sitting around. That's the chance to use it, and it feels silly to throw away. You can have it. Oh, the Grail. The Grail. I knew you were using the Grail as a heart before. The Great Grail of Uruk will work just as well. Why? Why are you doing this? I'm your enemy. Tiamat made me. I'm not your Enkidu. Just a doll with a different heart inside. That's right. You're not Enkidu. Someone else using a stolen body. Oh my god. But even so, you're still worthy of my protection. No, my friendship. Do I have to spell it out for you, you hopeless fool? Even if your heart and soul are different, that body of yours is the one and only chain of the heavens on earth. Once someone insisted they were a weapon to the very end. But if I had taken them at their word, then it's only natural for me to care for you. After all, you're the successor to the weapon I trusted most. What's wrong with me favoring you? Farewell, Kingu. It's the end of the world. Do as you will. Wait, I don't understand. What are you... I'm telling you that no matter who your mother is, how you were born, simply do the things you really want to do. Like we did once. You said that you lost everything? That's laughable. You still have your freedom, and shut down your heart later. It's too late. I never had a goal I could strive for. I never had a will of my own to choose freedom. Aww. Ah, fuck. Yep. Holy fuck, that was a lot of story. That was a lot of story. But we have 3 chapters left.